This is a million dollar question. What is happening to our games? Well, they're no longer ours because, come to think of it, we actually don't own many of the games anymore. You play a game, there's always a fee and there's so much to the games that nowadays they are they keep on adding up storage. So I mean, internet paying for the internet isn't cheap. Buying mobile data is not cheap at all. There's like so much that we can do, so much that is put into these games, and so much that goes into these games. But at the same time, it's like the only thing that the companies are just competing with is how much uh, data they put into the game, how much you can make into a game, how much more storage can take. Because right now it's no longer like long time ago. I mean, I get it. Games are actually like evolving as time goes on. There's better graphics, better gameplay, better storytelling, longer storytelling, that is. But the only thing I'm just saying is, there's so besides storytelling and whatnot. We're living in an era where now games, like, you have to pay a hefty fee for them. For example, Call of Duty. I know you play online. They record your what your they record your play time and that kind of thing. And so far, they say so much time is spent of online Call of Duty that it actually, it's like, how can I say it? It approximates to 2.8 million years, I think. That kind of records, I think, before humans were ever there. I'm not specifically sure, but I remember reading something about how people spend so much time in Call of Duty, and we also spend so much money on the online games these days. And not only that, we also it's no longer like long time ago when games used to be the kind of thing where you have to unlock certain amounts of XP, certain XP for you to be able to unlock this kind of skin. Even though you do unlock a skin, it becomes this thing where you have to actually pay real money. And I know that, like I said, games evolve and that kind of thing, so they need that extra change from you to be able to pay for the extra skin for them to continue putting on into the game. But one thing I don't get is, like, if you think about it, games that kind of paved the way for gaming companies to become the kind of gaming companies you know today, like GTA San Andreas. I know that is not the first game, but just talking about it is the kind of thing where, if you just think about it. GTA San Andreas is one of the best games ever made, best games ever played, and also a long time ago we had to buy a game, whatnot, that kind of thing. What I'm trying to say is, scratch what I said before. What I'm trying to say is, GTA San Andreas had this thing where the game was it was actually fun to play. You buy it once, it's done. You just pay once, you own the game. It's up to you whether you play it as many times as possible. Because I remember I played GTA San Andreas twice and finished it twice. Not only, let me just say, not only paying, you also need like a lot of storage, because you download a game at its original, like, required uh size, and then you play for a little while. It needs additional files, it needs more files to that. So it's not only about paying. So it's kind of annoying in a way, because you play a game and then all of a sudden, just when you're getting into it, it stops and says you must download this in order to be able to proceed. And that kind of thing is like, but do I really want to? I mean, they just ruined the game for me. Now I need to re-download that and to add, download more. That is why nowadays when I download a game, I want to be able to download a game that does not need more requirement, that does not require more space or that kind of thing, or does not require me to pay money. That is why when I play games like PUBG or Call of Duty, I usually just play as default. I really don't want to get any skin, or unless if it's those kinds that are given to you after getting as much, after earning so much XP. It becomes this thing where now you don't only need to play the best, but you need to also look the best. It's kind of the thing where you need to fit into society in order to be able to be known or welcomed or to be popular, and that's not how things are, you know. But it's there's nothing I can say though, because there's so much that people are talking about these days, that games are getting ruined, games are getting killed, and that kind of thing, and also about how games require a certain thing for them to be like. Even right now, I'm talking about because I have had my fair share of experience where it becomes this thing where how can I say? I don't remember. No, it's just like okay, StarCraft. StarCraft is the first strategic game I've ever played, and I've loved it ever since. It kind of opened to more variety of strategic games for me, because I usually play the game for the story and whatnot, but that one, the fact that it was strategic and it had a story and somehow it had, like, you feel involved because every time the characters talk to you directly, like it's like they're talking to you. And going back to the whole thing when I was talking about storage. Yeah, storage. Where right now, if I'm correct, I think GTA 6 you'll have to download it 100 and you'll have to download it for 150 gigabytes. I mean, what the heck is that? I mean, I know that there's so much that is put into the game, the rendering, the graphics, the whatever is needed for the game. But my problem is that they doing so much only for something so little. For example, there are so many games out there that they focus on getting better graphics, doing this and that for it to take so much space, and yet people do not really, it doesn't create that much of a fan base, and then instead of making profit for the company, it kind of goes down. Games they just don't belong to us, because right now you can just buy a game, buy the CD, and then you put in a game, and you put in dang it, you put it in a console, and then it just so happens that it requires internet for you to be able to download the game after having the CD. So that's not fun anymore. And worst of all, right now it doesn't even require CDs. You can just download a game inside of a console or inside of a PC. So it becomes this thing where I don't know. It's kind of confusing nowadays, because you need to buy a CD of something that you can download, and so for that's what I'm saying, that I just don't understand where the gaming companies are going to right now. I mean, we get it. We appreciate that games are looking more realistic. They're looking better and better, and they look more sharper than ever, more crisp than ever. Because I've seen the trailer for GTA 6, where now the game, the graphics, they look very crisp. They look much nicer. But my problem is, you're doing so much into improving the graphics, then just work on the story. Just work on how the gameplay feels. Just work on how everything feels. The gun shooting, the driving and everything. Then that way people, like fans, are gonna have a lot of fun. Just like Minecraft. Minecraft doesn't usually focus so much on graphics, and yet people love it. People love it seriously, where to the point where it is one of the most played games in the world, right? I think that no, wait, listen. I think the thing they're doing the most right now is better better graphics, because they just want to draw your eyes. Like immediately when you see a trailer, you could think, "Oh, this game looks nice. I really want to play it and see how it is." And then when you have a gameplay, when you do the gameplay, when you play through the game, you just realize that it's not really what you're looking for. So then I don't know, you just feel let down or something, that you have done so much, pay so much money, take so much of your storage just for something maybe horrible, or something that you feel like does not suit you. Why? Because of the graphics. The graphics just play this role. There is so much that is ruining a game, you know, because they use the graphics to just pull you in. Because there are some games that do that, they use the graphics to pull you in. They think that they have done the best story, only for them to not, and then now you are going to regret that uh, you spending money on the game, and you problem is you can't get a refund. The games are starting to be a lot more complicated, a lot more confusing, a lot more confusing. Because there was this time when I don't remember, it was a few years ago, I think it was 2019, 18, yeah, where a friend of mine told me that they're gonna download FIFA for like 40 gigs. I don't remember which FIFA it was. They said they were going to download. They said they were gonna download it for 50 gigs, for 50 gigabytes, and I was like, wait, but that is a lot though. Only to find out that I was proven wrong. Games for now, years later, about how many years now? About over 6 years now. It becomes this thing where now games are 90 gigabytes, 100 gigabytes, 120 gigabytes. I just don't I just don't accept this, because it becomes this thing where you view a game and you see how much it looks, and then you take so much of your time to download it, so much of your data to download it, and I don't know. Games are getting more and more broken up, because a long time ago games used to be nice, fun. They used to be so free, where you pay once, you play forever. Now you need to pay once. No, you need to pay the first time, you play, pay for the second, whatever it is you need to pay for, and everything just seemed great. From the depths of doom to the pits of, I don't know, for the pit to the pit of GTA 6. The first game that ever created first person shooter. That kind of, I mean, the grandfather of first person shooter, the first game to ever revolutionize gaming. Well, one of the games to revolutionize gaming, where it was cool. It was nice. Everything just felt so great. And then now to GTA 6, people are hyped about it, but it's just gonna be at so much cost. There's gonna be so much that people are gonna be doing. Because firstly, it was supposed to come out this May of this year, May of 2025. Now it is actually moved to next year, May of next year. So something isn't like, I don't know, there's too much that is being done. I know that they're trying to push something, maybe the game and that kind of thing, but maybe they keep going back and forth with the date and something. But there's something that is just not okay with how they move to a full year of releasing the game. Because I think, if I correct me if I'm wrong, it was supposed to actually come out last year. Then all of a sudden it changed to this year, and then again it changed to next year. So I don't know what is it with this hopping around, with this delaying and whatnot. What is happening, Rockstar? I mean, I get it. People are hyped about the game. They love the game. That way you build more anticipation by moving it a little bit. But you moved it a little bit too often, a little bit too much. But hey, it's not for me to say, because I'm not the businessman. I'm not the one in charge of Rockstars, right? But the only thing I can say is, I don't know. I know I've said I don't know so many times right now in this video, but it's just something that I feel like a lot of people should try to speak about, to redirect to the companies and show them that what is happening is, we know it's good for the company. We know that games revolutionize or and that kind of thing. But I don't know. It just has this kind of sense that, I don't know. It's directing us to some impending doom. Maybe, I'm not sure, because soon a game would actually require 500 gigabytes to download, or even a terabyte. You'd use the whole wireless hard drive for it to be able to fit into a computer. We would start playing games through external hard drives in a computer, which will make no sense at all. But I don't know. Please, 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 gaming companies, get things in order. Put things, at least try to push back a little bit, not too forward. I was expecting these kinds of things to happen like 10 years later, maybe in 2030 something. But for now, I don't know, it's just a little bit too much. But I'm just talking because, hey, I'm not the only one who's seeing things like this. I'm not the only one complaining about something like this. So the only thing I'm just saying is, please, to all the gaming companies, please, games are the only thing we know that we can escape reality with. Now, for you to be able to separate us from them, charge more, put more into the games, some unnecessary things, it just kind of builds us. It just kind of builds this connection between the game and us. There's so much that I feel like I could have spoken about, but I can't. If you want a part 2 of this video for me to talk more about this, then please comment down below. Tell me what you think is right or wrong. Tell me if this video is wrong or right. But for now, I'm just gonna have to say ciao and peace out.